Oh, all right. I'm using a different camera, um, actually a different cell phone, and I just wanted to say how uh, coming out here and I'm pulling the grass out. I started this the other day, but it didn't work out very good for me because I was you know, had something else going on. But I just wanted to show you. I mean, I don't know if you could see it very well, but I've got a lot of grass growing in here. So anyway, I just grab it and pull it up by the roots like that. I don't know if you can see that or not. So I just kind of like pinch it at the bottom and then just kind of pull it up, and it pulls up the roots as well. So I just sit out here, you know, I just do that for everyone that's in here. And I just work on one little area, and that way I can see the results of my work. And then I just pitch them out in the yard. But while I do this, I try not to damage any of the other little plants that are growing in here. I want to pull out what I don't want growing, and I want to leave what I do want growing. So the reason I do that is because the grass will just totally take over. It will drown out all the other plants. It will consume all the resources. And I don't want that to happen. I want this spot here to be just for the little plants that I want to grow in it. I want my lettuces and my greens and other things to grow really well. And in order to do that, I've got to remove anything that I do not want to be in there. So it's not really hard work. It's just you have to get down on your hands and knees sometimes to be able to get in here to do this. And if you're in direct sunshine, it's going to be hot. If you're if it's a hot day and a humid day, you're going to be hot and sweaty and humid. So you got to protect yourself. You got to make sure you hydrate yourself. Drink plenty of fluids, plenty of water. That is, don't drink things like sodas, because sodas do not hydrate you. They're just liquid sugar, and they give you just a little high. But that doesn't help you at all when you're out in the heat. What you need is moisture like water. And the more hydrated you are, the more likely you're to keep yourself healthy and strong and not damage yourself from the heat, because the heat will really affect you. The heat will affect your brain, your organs, your eyes, everything about you. So you got to really watch out for that. You've got to stay busy while you're doing it, but don't stay too busy. I mean, it's not like something you can run through really quick and get done. You got to just take your time. And make sure you're not pulling up plants that you want to keep, because you got to know how to identify which plants you want to keep. You have to know the difference between the plants, so you got to take time to learn that. And you've got to do I don't know, I don't want to say I forget the term for it anyway, but what you want to do is just take your time, learn the difference between the plants, learn the difference in how they look and their growing patterns, and you'll be able to have you a nice little garden. Oh, I got a cool breeze come through. I think it might rain today. And the reason I like to get these little plants up when they're young is because they don't have a lot of root structure to hold them in. Once these plants get a little bit bigger and they got root structure down in there, Uh, pulling them out will just lift all the dirt out around it, and when it does that, it will damage your other plants. So that's why it's best to go ahead and get them out when they're young. And you know, just it's a slow process, but it's a good process, because whenever you get done with it, when you look back on it, and you'll see how nicer your garden looks, and you'll be able to identify, you know, all the different plants that you want to be growing in there, and you'll see the difference within a few days of you know, the plants that you want to be there, how they will take off and start growing a little bit better. And I've got a lot to do. I've got to get all through this. And I'm not trying to knock it all out in one day. I probably could, but I've got other things I need to do as well. Not only that, but it's, you know, I think it's going to rain, so I want to get some of this done before it rains, but then tomorrow maybe I'll come out here and do some more. I also don't want the mosquitoes to eat me up. So the later it gets in the evening, the more these mosquitoes will come out and mess with me. So I prefer to do it earlier in the day when the mosquitoes aren't really going to bother me. But you can see, you know, sometimes it gets a little chunk of dirt with it, but that's okay. You can just knock that dirt off and then push the grass away. And yeah, there's a lot of grass in here, but as I go through and clear it out, it'll make a big difference. Oh, there's one I missed. Sometimes you'll miss one or two here or there, but that's okay. You'll be able to realize that and go back and get them. There's also other little plants that'll pop up in here, but you'll learn to identify those as well. But as you're going through and you're digging out, or not digging out, but just pulling up, you know, the little bits of grass, then you're going to learn, you know, how the other little plants look when they're sprouting and coming through, and when they're a little bit bigger as well. And you'll know which ones you want to keep in your garden and which ones you don't. Like that right there, that's a weed. That's just a weed that grows naturally around here, and there's a lot of them in here, and I got to get those out as well. But you don't want to mistake a plant that you want to keep as a weed, because then you'll end up pulling all your plants out that you want to keep, which is not good. I mean, that's just totally, you know, against what you really want to do out in your gardens. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what I've got done here so far. So you can see, you know, the different area here where I've already got the grass out and where I don't have the grass out. There's a big difference in there. So just, I guess I'll start right there. So this area, like right down through here, is where I've gotten the grass out. And then I turn and I look right there where I haven't got the grass out, and you see a big difference. Very big difference, see? But yeah, we got different plants in here that are growing, and it won't be long until they're taking off and getting bigger. And whew, I'm starting to sweat. That's my squash plant. Kind of go back this way so you can see where. So this area is where I got the grass out, and then that area is where I haven't gotten the grass out. Get off me, bug. Okay. And then over in this area, so it's a little bit thicker, so I'll need to be more careful not to damage roots in this area. And my greens garden's coming on. And then down there you can see some different things coming on as well. So it won't be long until this thing's just chock full of good greens. And but yeah, see, down here I worked on it a little bit yesterday to get some of that grass out. And I still got a lot of grass to go. So I don't know. I might have to start watering this on my own if we don't start getting better rain. But if you notice, we're already getting like little spots like they've been eaten on, which means that there's already little bugs, like things coming in here and laying their little eggs on there. So I'm gonna have to end up putting some I don't know. Last year I sprayed what do you call it? Dawn dishwashing detergent. And like put it in a spray thing and just sprayed it around. And you know, not too thick, just like a very thin film. And those little things that are on there eating them, you know, they'd eat that and then they wouldn't like it at all and just drop off. And I guess they die. I don't know. But they stop eating because they just don't like it. All right. Now, my melon over here really kind of ticks me off because where that critter had eaten on it, it's kind of got a sunken in spot now. So, it just kind of irks me how, you know, you have something nice and then something else comes along and tries to mess it all up. But I've got like 3 or 4. Oh, there's one. Can you see it? There's a melon there. I was thinking I had 3 more down in there. So there's one there. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see them sometimes. But I got some more red tomatoes down in there I need to get too. I picked red tomatoes yesterday. And these are like the green onions. You know, like you get at the store, the bunch onions and stuff. And that's, you stick them in the dirt and they grow like that. You just cut these tops off, take them inside and kind of rinse them and put them in your salad or whatever you want to put them in. Alright. Whew. I might have to go in and drink some water. My shirt's already getting wet. But anyway, got some a little bit done today. I'm gonna work on this some more, see what I can get done. But it's really getting humid out here, and I think it's going to rain again, which is good. I like it when it rains, but I don't like to come out in the garden and work right after rain because mosquitoes are everywhere, and also the ground is muddy. So I don't like working in the muddy garden. But I do love working in the gardens. I just wish mosquitoes would leave me alone, and mosquitoes would leave me alone. All right. It's slowly coming on. I've still got some seeds, like in this area, that you can tell haven't come up yet. But after I get all this grass up, because you can see how I got grass out of that area and then this way. But I need to work on the rest of it. All right. Talk to you later.